Look, did you know that chronically poor sleep can not only hurt your immune system, but it can actually make your pain worse? I mean, really, what kind of a sick cosmic joke is that? So, let's look into pain insomnia and see if we can get you some good options that'll let you finally sleep. So, the definition of painsomnia. Basically, due to pain, you're having a lack of sleep. And this is because of inability to become comfortable in bed, having a hard time falling asleep because of pain, and having a hard time staying asleep because of pain. You're completely exhausted, but you're just in too much pain to sleep.
I don't need sleep. I need answers.
Now, there are actually 3 types of insomnia out there. There is acute insomnia, which lasts a few days, maybe weeks. There is transient insomnia, which usually lasts less than a week and is usually related to something like jet lag or time zone shifting. And then there is chronic insomnia, which typically involves trouble sleeping 3 times a week for at least 12 or more weeks. Yay! And no, chronic insomnia is not uncommon. Did you know about 8 out of 10 people with chronic pain complain about sleep disturbances? And a quarter of people with chronic pain are diagnosed with clinical insomnia. That's a lot. A lot. And the sick irony is, poor sleep is actually associated with lower pain tolerance.
Oh, cruel irony!
So, funny thing, painsomnia is not a recognized medical term, but it is a recognized medical condition.
Oh, thank goodness!
And no, it is not a psychosomatic condition. So no, it's not just in your head.
I'm not crazy.
Whew. It's making me tired.
Keep talking.
Okay, so you may be asking though, why does my pain get worse at night? Well, there are a multitude of reasons for this, and not all of them may apply to you, but they include laying in one body position too long, having a bad mattress or bad pillow support. Lower cortisol levels in the evening can actually amplify your pain levels. And the other thing about nighttime is because it's nighttime and you're just sitting there in the dark alone, there's no real distractions from the pain. So you're stuck there, fully conscious and fully aware of your pain all night.
We need a distraction.
Another thing can be temperature sensitivity can affect it. I know for me, I am extremely sensitive to cold. And cold equals excruciating pain for me.
It's cold and hurty.
So, you know, you stick your foot out, you stick your arm out, the husband steals the covers, you wake up in obscene pain because of the cold. And I live in Minnesota, so I can say that.
We go live to Minnesota.
An inhospitable wasteland.
And another thing that can affect it is medication timing and dosage, because if you took pain control medication and they're wore off by the time nighttime comes, you're gonna have more pain at nighttime.
Please help me and hurry.
Okay, so what are some better sleep habits I can do for some pain relief, I hear you asking? Glad you asked. So there are a lot of things you can actually do to try and fix your painsomnia, and not all of them will work for every person. So you just kind of got to go through the list and try them and see what does and doesn't work for you. Gee, never heard that before with having a chronic illness. So some things I would recommend would be getting a more consistent sleep schedule where you go to bed and wake up at the same times every day. Another thing you can do that seems to help people is avoiding alcohol in the evenings and avoiding caffeine in the evenings.
Caffeine! Yeah, baby!
Yeah, it doesn't affect you. I get that.
Well, I believe you. I absolutely believe you.
But just try it. Another thing that seems to help a lot of people is turning off your cell phones in the evenings or turning the light on to nighttime mode where it becomes a yellow light instead of a blue light. Something that has recently helped me quite a lot that surprised me was by making a very consistent bedtime routine, doing the same things in the same order every night, starting it about an hour before your bedtime.
I like routine.
I don't know what it is about having a routine, but it just kind of calms the body down and gets it ready for bed. And so by the time you actually get into bed to go to sleep, you're calm and ready. Whereas before I'd kind of be amped up, or my heart would be racing, or I'd have issues. So on the days that I do my consistent routine, I actually have a better chance of having a good night, or not good, of having a decent night's sleep.
That sound good?
Sounds amazing.
Another thing I would suggest is making your bedroom a happy and comfortable place. Decorate it in a nice way that is relaxing and soothing to you and makes it a place that you like being. And this is the place we're in most of the time, so you really should do this one way or the other.
Let's decorate!
A few things that have really helped me were things like satin sheets, an eye mask, earplugs, and heating pads. Super helpful for me for just getting all the noise out, getting the brightness out, and just being able to relax. It's also a really good idea to invest in a really good mattress and pillow. Pillows are tricky. Pillows are extremely tricky. You can spend a lot of money and not get a good one. Make sure everything that you do get has a good return policy.
You think a return policy has ever stopped me?
It's Karen. Karen White.
So something my psychiatrist actually suggested that seems to help a lot is don't hang out in bed when you are wide awake and absolutely can't sleep. Go to a different room, sit on the couch, watch TV, do something somewhere else. Because if you keep staying in bed when you just can't sleep, you're training your body to think that you can be awake in bed. You want bed to only be for sleeping, and so you gotta kind of train your brain to relate those things that way. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense. Another really important thing is having a good temperature in the room for sleep. Usually it's a little less than normal. I have noticed as much as I can't handle cold, if I get too hot at night, my heart starts racing.
You just can't win.
And so you gotta find that right temperature for you at night and then try and stick with that. It's tricky, but you gotta kind of play with it and see what works. But that's very important. Also, you will have nightmares if you get too hot.
No more nightmares.
Getting too hot does cause nightmares. And if all else fails, talk to your doctor about sleep medications. Although really, we're on enough medications as it is, and a lot of medications fight each other or prevent nutrient absorption. So try all these things first and then use going to the doctor for medication as a last resort, if at all possible.
Drugs!
So with painsomnia, I hear you asking, what are the consequences of sleep loss? As if I didn't need to add to my worries. Well, some good reasons for jumping on those previous solutions is long term, you got too much sleep loss, you're not getting the rest you need. That causes higher stress levels. It's also been proven to cause less joy in your life. How messed up is that?
Actually, it would explain a lot.
Which also causes reduced achievement because it interferes with your daily activities and your concentration. And having chronic insomnia can actually cause more disorders. If you have insomnia, you are 3 times more likely to be diagnosed with another sleep disorder. And overall, it just causes poor health. We don't need any more poor health on top of the poor health we already got with our chronic illness. But it makes sense because it weakens the immune system, it worsens brain functions, and adds to the brain fog we already got. Oh, and did I mention, it also heightens the risk for stroke, diabetes, and cancer. Great! So yeah, you really need to be looking into this. You really need to be starting fixing the painsomnia. It is awful. It is part of all of our lives, but you do need to jump on that as soon as you can and work on at least trying to fix it. And for more chronic illness content, check out one of my other videos. I appreciate it, and I hope you keep on surviving.